Hi there. Sorry about that. I'm just channeling my Dancing with the Stars energy left over from Monday night's premiere of the 16th season. I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed the show. Kudos to Amber Riley and Derek Huff. Oh my goodness, they were amazing. They danced to cha-cha. Now I have to say, when they first introduced the cast members for the 16th season, I had some serious doubts about Amber Riley being paired with Derek Huff, who I think is the cutest of the dancers and absolutely the best choreographer. Anyway, I had some serious doubts about her being Derek's partner. Well, mainly because, let's just be honest, Amber is a big girl. Now, I can say that because I'm a big girl. So I was a little bit concerned, about will she be able to actually really dance and perform up to Derek's, standards there. Well, let me just say, Monday night, she and Derek rocked the dance floor. Oh yeah. They topped the scoreboard with 27 out of 30. All three judges obviously gave them a 9, including Lenny Goodman, the head judge. And to my knowledge, I don't think that score of 27, all three judges giving a 9 on the first show, the first dance, I don't think that's ever happened in all the seasons that I've been watching. So let me just say, Amber Riley, girl, you keep moving that weight around the dance floor. You did well. Way to dance. Okay, well now let's get to the Vine line for this week. Well, first, I guess I should welcome you to the video. Welcome to NKG Talk to Me. And on the Vine line, we try to squeeze out the juice from the news lines and the current topics and issues. So I want to start with Michael Bublé, who recently experienced the birth of his first child, a baby boy. I think they named him Noah. And Michael Bublé said, well, experiencing this birth was just not quite what I expected. He said, all my life I had heard about this immediate bond and love connection that the parent has with the newborn immediately after, the child is put in his arms. He said, that's not how it was for me. He said, I felt like I was meeting a stranger. And more so than that, he said, I was hit with the reality of the responsibility and thought, how am I ever going to do this? And I just have to say, thank you, Michael Bublé, for sharing that true feeling of yours, or for being so candid in your confession. I have a feeling more parents feel that way than really let it be known. Okay, next I want to go to Jaden Smith, whom you may remember in his role in the remake of The Karate Kid. Well, he is the 15-year-old son of Will and Jada Smith, who a few days ago tweeted out, well, he went on a rant on education apparently, and tweeted out some messages here, one of which he said, schools serve the sole purpose of brainwashing the youth. And then he said, if everybody would drop out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society. Really? Now, I've pretty much been a fan of Will and Jada Smith and think their kids, Jaden and Willow, are okay. But I'm hoping that after this tweet message got out there, that Will and Jada had what I like to call a come to Jesus talk with Mr. Jaden there, and just kind of tried to set him straight and say, surely you didn't really mean what you just put out there. Now, I don't know if that happened, but what it also proved to me was that 15-year-olds still need adult parental guidance and supervision. Speaking of adult and parental guidance and supervision, I have to talk about what I think is maybe an example of the ultimate bad parenting. There's a mother in Illinois, who in the middle of the day, now, before I even get to the other part of what she did, this happened in the middle of the day. So she had to take her children out of school to do this. So, in the middle of the day, she and her two children enter a jewelry store where she proceeds to hide the view of the clerk and distract him as her two children, who by the way are 6 and 8 years of age, have mother's purse, and as they've been instructed to do, go around and stuff inside mother's purse over $100,000 worth of jewelry. Yeah. Now I don't know. That's just incredible to me. That I can't make this stuff up. That's just beyond words. So I don't know that I'm going to say any more about that. Ultimate bad parenting. Okay? I want to give a quick shout out to the U.S. men's soccer team who recently defeated Mexico in a 2-0 score there, and that secured them a World Cup berth. So, yay, go USA. Alright, now it's time to go to the NKG Talk to Me segment where we have questions and comments that I like to share and hear from you. Now, in our last video, I asked you to share a time that you did something that you thought you would never do. And I have to say, some of you are way more adventurous and courageous than I ever thought about being. So let's see. First, somebody said that they went skydiving. Now, I am pretty sure that's a cool thing to do. I can only imagine that the view is breathtaking, that the adrenaline rush is amazing, but I have to say that is probably going to stay on my list of things I will never do. I'm sorry, jumping out of a perfectly good plane just does not appeal to me. And then I had someone else, another viewer, share that she could not believe or thought she would never go to a foreign country and live on her own for 3 months. Now you may say, well, okay, that's not that big a deal. Did I mention she was only 19 years old and went on her own to live 3 months in a foreign country with a language barrier and a culture barrier. What an opportunity that was for that young lady. And then this next one, I have to say I know this particular viewer, and I'm really not the least bit surprised. God has truly blessed this individual with a gorgeous singing voice. So this doesn't surprise me at all. But she shared that she thought she would never sing before an audience of 10,000 people. But she did at an Amway convention. I'm thinking, wow, 10,000 people? Let me just say, that I guarantee you will be something I will never do. I can't think of 10 people who would want to hear me sing. So, yeah, that's pretty impressive there. I have to say, you guys put my going to the potty at the Sulphur Springs Courthouse Square to shame there. You're just, way more adventurous and courageous, and actually inspired me to just go out there and do it, So thank you for sharing those. And then we talked about favorite toys, which a couple of those that I received were, the comments were an Easy Bake Oven, Sunshine Family Home. I never had that. And then roller skates. Oh man, now roller skates I can identify with. I loved roller skating. Oh yeah, I did it on the sidewalk, and then I went to the roller rink. I would go 2 or 3 nights a week or more if my parents would let me out of the house on a school night. So yeah, I loved my roller skates too. Okay, for this week, this video recording, let's talk about the 2014 Guinness Book of World Records. It was recently released, and I found one item interesting here. In Nottingham, England, a gentleman by the name of James Brown is in the Book of World Records for his collection of vacuum cleaners. He has 322 models. I'm thinking, why? And not only why, but where do you store 322 vacuum cleaners? So anyway, I thought that was rather interesting. It got me to thinking, do I have any special collections? Do I collect anything special? I used to, but I don't do so anymore. My collection now more goes toward purses and shoes, and I have to say dog hair from my precious dog Ayla. I tell you, I have probably collected enough dog hair from Ayla to create another little miniature dog itself. But I do love my dog Ayla, so I don't have any real special collections. But do you? Do you have a special collection? And then also, we've been kind of talking about parenting and parenthood on this video today. So I want to know about your parents. And I know that everyone thinks he or she has the best parents in the world, but I don't see how you could have, because I have the best parents in the world. Actually, I lost my mom about 16 years ago. My dad is still living at the age of 83. He has since remarried and lives in Illinois. But the question or the comment that I want from you is parental wisdom. Words of advice that you were given by your parents when you were growing up. My mother is probably the wisest person I have ever met. And she was not a person to toss out one-liners. That just wasn't her way. Instead, my mother shared with me more in a spirit and an attitude. She gave to me a spirit of compassion, trying to understand the way people live, why they do the things they do, their perspective, where they are coming from. And then she instilled in me an attitude of confidence that I can do whatever I want to do. I can make it happen if I choose to and want to bad enough. So I have to say thank you to my mom and thank you to my dad for making me the individual that I am today. So, okay, those are the comments or questions I'm looking for on this video. Do you have a special collection? What is it and why? And then parental advice or parental words of wisdom. So please take a moment and share that with me. Okay, I want to close out today's video with a poem from the British poet A.E. Housman. It goes like this. When I was 1 and 20, I heard a wise man say, give crowns and pounds and guineas, but not your heart away. Give pearls away and rubies, but keep your fancy free. But I was 1 and 20, no use to talk to me. When I was 1 and 20, I heard him say again, the heart of the bosom was never given in vain. 'Tis paid with sighs aplenty, and sold for endless rue. And I am 2 and 20, and oh, 'tis true, 'tis true. What a difference 365 days make, huh? Maybe it's not so much the days as it is the experiences in those days. Well, okay, that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope again that you will subscribe, that you will leave comments and feedback for me, and share this link with your family, friends, neighbors, anyone you think might enjoy it. So until the next time, carpe diem and celebrate life.